Hey, I just wanted to talk about a subject that's a lot of times people don't want to talk about it. It is a touchy subject. A lot of people. It is. Excuse me. Need to moisturize my lips. They're dry, so they get dry with my Sjogren's that I have. But anyway, I want to talk about a subject that a lot of people don't really like to talk about. When somebody says to you, they tell you to forget something. They say, just forget about it, just move on, it's over, it's in the past. They are not doing that because they expect you to move on. They expect you to get over it. They expect you just to go ahead and just get over it and move on. They're not doing it for that reason. They're doing it because they can't deal with it. They can't deal with listening to you not move on, listening to you express your emotions over a hurt situation. They can't deal with hearing you talk about it. It's not that they expect you to get over it and move on. They just can't deal with hearing you talk about it. They don't want to hear it because they can't. A lot of times people can't. I'm trying to find the right word. A lot of times they just don't have the ability to say something in a situation that's going to help it. They're just not. They can't cope with things. They're just avoiders, I guess is the only way I can really think to say it. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but some people are just avoiders. So whenever somebody says it to you, get over it, move on. You're stuck in the past, move on from the past. They're not trying to hurt you, even though you feel hurt when you hear that. They're not trying to hurt you. They just don't. They don't deal with the stuff well, so they don't want you to keep talking about it. They want you to stop talking about it because it makes them feel better. Okay, I guess that's a better way to say it. And that's what they do. So remember that when you hear that for future reference. It will help you to absorb stuff like that a little better and be able to move on a little better after you hear stuff like that. And then when you get hurt, and a lot of us are children walking around in adult bodies with a bunch of band-aids everywhere and a bunch of scars. A lot of us did not get over the stuff we went through when we were a child. We did, but not to an extent where it was complete healing. A lot of it is surface healing, I call it. It's where you're just healed enough on the surface, but deep down inside there's still the wounds still haven't completely healed over on the inside. And that's okay. That's just part of what happens. It's part of what we go through. It's just the way it is. And even therapy and journaling and helping and self-help and all that stuff that you do, it's never going to heal you 100%. There's always going to be a little part of you that's going to be, I guess, scarred, not completely healed inside. And that's okay. It's okay to not be completely healed inside. It's okay because that's part of you. You can make it a part of you. You can learn to use it. You can use it to help other people. You can, keep working on it, of course. But I truly believe that there are some things just don't completely heal. They don't. And it's not about not forgiving. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you're not being a good Christian, or oh, you're not forgiving. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. Forgiveness does happen. It is a choice, but it is a choice you're making for yourself. It's so that you can heal. Forgiveness is not going to change the other person. It's not going to make them do things differently, but it's going to help you, and it's going to make you heal and help you feel better. So that's what forgiveness does. And you do need to forgive. But when you are going through stuff and people are telling you, oh, you're not forgiving, oh, you're holding a grudge, no, you're not. You just are hurting still. Some of the things that we go through, they are horrible things. Horrible things. I know about that. I know about going through horrible things, as a lot of us do. And it's just a lot of times it's just like I said. There's just things you don't recover from 100%. You just you get better, you heal, you go on, you move on in a lot of ways. But there's just, like I said, some areas that it's like the surface of the wound is sealed up completely and you can hardly even see that you ever had a wound, but deep down inside, if you push on it, that scar, it still hurts. That's kind of like it feels. That's what it feels like, when you get wounded. And the other thing about that too, the other side of that is there are 3 parts to making things right with somebody. There is the apology, which is the initial. There is the apologizing exactly for what you did. I'm sorry for doing this, this, and this, whatever it was that you did. And then the third part is, how can I make it up to you? What can I do to make this right? That is how you apologize. You don't just go and say, hey, sorry, didn't mean to hurt you. You don't do that. You have got to make sure that you do the 3 steps, because if you don't, you're not going to make that right. It's going to be like an open end for the other person. It's going to be left open. It's not going to make them feel better. And sometimes even though if the person does do the 3-step apology, they do things right, they do make things right, it still won't always heal us, but it can make us feel better. So that's all important. But I just wanted to share a little bit of that insight with you. Just some of the things that I've been through in life, and I think it's important for us to share the things that we've been through, to share the advice that we can give from the things that we've been through. I think that's really important. I think that if we started sharing more, I think maybe it would, I think it's just not think, I know it helps other people feel better about what they've been through and what they're going through. So with that all said, just remember that, keep that in mind the next time somebody says to you, hey, get over it, move on, it's over, it's in the past. A lot of times, too, it is better to find a person that you can talk to. Maybe not a person, maybe a couple of, anchors that you can have that can anchor you down. Anchors as far as people that can be there for you when you need them, and people that can help hold you from drifting. I think it's good to have that. Probably not just one, because I think one person, it just would wear them out. They'd be exhausted. I know a lot of times the stuff that I've been through of talking to one person all the time, they'd probably be really exhausted and drained. Probably would just be, really tired of it. So just try to find a good couple of people that you can trust, but always make sure it's people you can trust. And, just make sure you can trust them. So that's that. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. It's going to be the Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to all of our veterans. You're all wonderful. And thank you to the ones who have served and that have died while serving. That's what Memorial Day is. Unfortunately, it's a lot of people, well, Veterans Day is to remember the veterans. Memorial Day is for the ones who passed away. A lot of people, though, get uptight about that. They get, a little offended because people, like, for example, my father, he passed away. My father was in the service. He passed away. He didn't die in active duty. He died of cancer in his bed, in his house, in my arms. But he was still a soldier. He was still in military. So, in my opinion, I think when they die, whether they died in, if they did full service, I think Memorial Day should be about honoring them too. I truly do, But anyway, with that said, that's what Memorial Day is. It's honoring the ones who lost their lives, and there are certainly many of them. There are, in recent years, obviously, the big one that I think about is the 13th were lost over in Afghanistan. So, we think about them. And we honor them, and we're thankful for their service. They were young, and they gave it all. And they gave it all to protect people and help people. And unfortunately, they lost their lives for that. So we think about them. We think about all the others who are gone. And with that, we enjoy the weekend and enjoy your weekend. And God bless you. And I hope that this video helped you. I hope that it helps you to help maybe understand things a little better in your life. And if it does, give it a like, give it a share, and I will talk to you later. Bye.